Hi, Akshay.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Today I didn't go to school, so I had other class in the morning. It just got
Oh.
over.
You told we'll start the class at 9:30 then?
Ma'am, yeah, like first I thought I'll keep 9:30 to 10:30 biology, then 10:30 to 12 physics, then 12:30 to 2:30 chemistry. But then
Oh,
since you told 11:30, he was only able to come at 10:30. So
okay.
10:30 to 11:45 he took, and then yeah, now biology. After that I'll do chemistry. After that I'll chill.
After that, you'll chill. Nice stuff.
If I keep this break and all, no, half my time will go off like that.
Mm. They didn't release the notification, no?
Ma'am?
I mean, they didn't release the NEET notification, no?
What NEET notification? No, ma'am. They just told it is twice a year. That's all. They didn't do
But
anything
no,
else. Ma'am, they just told it was twice a year.
I think it will be in July, no?
Yeah, it'll be in July, August only, I think.
Mm. Cool.
Ma'am, registration to start soon, it seems.
We're supposed to start this week. I don't know when they are.
What NEET exam likely to be on April 18th? Oh,
Anyway, it's likely all these things. Until NK says it's okay.
oh ma'am, NEET MD is on April 18th.
Okay. So today we'll start with excretory chapter. And I will spend some time after this, download all the slides and send it to you today.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, NEET exam 2021, they haven't told only. Still counseling is going on for last year only, it seems.
Yeah,
MBBS admission deadline extended till February 11th to fill vacant seats in deemed university.
very nice. Hmm. So today, how many chapters did we complete? Biomolecules,
Hmm?
cell cycle.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Biomolecule cell. What, ma'am? What, ma'am? What are you telling?
How many am I supposed to send you?
Ma'am, biomolecules,
Mm,
cell cycle,
mm,
breathing,
mm.
circulation.
Breathing also.
Yeah, breathing we just did no, ma'am, before circulation.
Breathing we did before circulation.
No, no, no. Breathing we did before only, but breathing I don't think you sent.
Check I would have sent you.
Wait, ma'am. Media, link, and docs. MTG. You have sent cell, ma'am. Before cell, you have sent respiration in plants. Before that, you have sent Krebs cycle, final respiration. Before that, digestion absorption.
So
Ma'am,
breathing.
you still have to send, yeah.
Okay, cool. No problem.
Ma'am, but I didn't use PPT only. I made notes for biomolecules already. Only from textbook I had made.
Excellent. Very good. Good boy. Keep it up. Okay.
Because from textbook only, anyways, they'll ask, ma'am, I saw this year NEET paper.
Mm.
Only from textbook they had asked.
Yeah, they were
Like
only
I
asking.
majority of questions, like nothing came from outside textbook.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, ma'am, I'll send it to you.
I wrote this
Naka.
year's paper.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, how much you got?
I got 300. I attempted only bio, no.
Ma'am, bio was out of 360, no, ma'am.
Yeah, out of 360, I got 300.
Oh, I thought you would have got 350.
Ha 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 ha. No. I'm also human.
Ma'am,
I
I
also
will
make
beat you.
error.
I will beat you in next year NEET exam.
I'll be very happy now.
Yes, ma'am. 360. Ma'am, we both will write this year NEET. Even you write, even I'll write.
Nah. Mm. Right.
Like, don't register. Like,
Uh,
write like how you wrote last year.
I registered and only wrote last year.
Wait, you went.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you just got question paper and wrote at home.
Why will I say I wrote neat otherwise? I'll just see like I know the question paper. Hey, I wrote neat exam.
Oh, you got 300 or 720.
Yeah.
Ma'am, were you eligible to apply for any college?
No.
Oh,
Like deemed college, yes. Government, no.
deemed is private basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Coming back to this. So today we will just see the different excretory organs in other lower organisms, like how we saw when we were learning about one more chapter. Which one was it? Circulatory we saw,
Today,
right?
which chapter are we doing, ma'am?
Today excretory.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we'll see that first, and then we'll also talk about urea cycle a bit. It's not there in a textbook, but the terms are good to know. So in detail, we will not see, just the outlook of it, we'll have a look.
Mm.
And then we'll also like see about the different organisms, how they are classified based on the mode of their excretion. Okay. So
Yes.
see, basically, like our body has to eliminate waste products. Now there are actually two types of waste that is generated in our body. One after digestion, and another because of all the metabolic process that we have, like carbon dioxide and many nitrogenous waste is generated in our
Cycle.
body.
That is in plants. I know, ma'am. I know.
Plant cycle.
I was joking, ma'am.
So anyway, so the process of you releasing the waste that is generated because of digestion is called ejection,
Mm.
but we don't call it excretion. So the
Mm.
feces come under the category of ejection.
Mm.
So when we say excretion, what exactly are we excreting? We are excreting the waste products, especially the nitrogenous waste.
Mm.
Okay. So the nitrogenous waste, why they are called as nitrogenous waste? Because they contain nitrogen in them. But there are different types of nitrogenous waste.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So there is ammonia, there is urea, there is uric acid, and there is amino acid.
Ammonia, urea, uric acid, amino acid.
Yes, some amino acids are also not necessary for our bodies. They have to be excreted out. Okay. Now, the thing is that after all the process, okay, in our body, ammonia only will be produced. But ammonia is highly toxic.
After all metabolic process, ammonia is produced, but ammonia is highly toxic.
Highly toxic. It requires tons and tons of water along with it to be excreted. So do you think we have that much water to be wasted?
No.
No. So what our body does is our body converts ammonia into urea. Okay. And after it converts ammonia to urea, it excretes urea.
It excretes urea.
Yes. But in the case of fishes, they can afford like a lot of water, right? So therefore, they excrete ammonia. Fishes.
Oh.
They will excrete ammonia directly. We humans will excrete urea.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And then there are these birds. The birds all like, there are 2-3 factors. Again, the birds cannot afford to like release urea itself. The reason is urea also requires some amount of water. That's why we pass it out as urine. Yes or no? But the birds can't afford that. So what they do is this one will be even more concentrated. So they will convert urea to uric acid.
Who, ma'am? Birds.
Birds, yes. Okay, and if you see that their poop is not basically very liquidy, it's kind of semi-liquidy. No, there's not much of water. They're like dry pellets.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I can see you. Yeah. So basically, they will excrete what uric acid. So nitrogenous waste in all or any animal for that matter, let it be bird or fish or anything, it will be ammonia. But because without water we can't excrete it, we excrete it as urea, and birds excrete it as uric acid, whereas fishes will directly excrete it as ammonia.
And basically, ammonia is too concentrated. Too much of water is required for its excretion. Since we can't afford to waste water, it converts into urea and then it is excreted. But for birds, urea only is too concentrated. So they convert urea to uric acid and then they excrete it.
Yeah. When I say too concentrated, as in they don't have that much water to be eliminated along with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and these are the reasons. So based on this, you can actually classify the organism as ammoniotelic, uricotelic, or ureotelic, or aminotelic.
Mm.
Okay, based on what nitrogenous base they are excreting.
Ammoniotelic?
Ureotelic, uricotelic, and aminotelic.
Huh.
Yeah, aminotelic is when they release amino acids. Uricotelic is uric acid. Ureotelic is
Urea.
urea, and ammonotelic will be,
Ammonia.
and the phenomena will end as ism, that is ammonotelism, ureotelism, like that.
Oh, such complicated words.
They're easy. These are the basics. This is their textbook, okay? So this is the one part I wanted to tell today. So what we'll do is I'll share the PPT so you will easily understand. Where is it? Screen start now. Nice flower da.
Flower is too good.
Yeah. This I wanted to tell you. Before going into this particular topic of ammonotelism and all, anyway, we'll go there and we'll come back to this. This. Yes. So yeah. Okay. So whenever any process is happening, ammonia is released. I told you that, right? So
Yeah.
there are different types of nitrogenous base that are formed or like converted. So there is ammonia, urea, and uric acid. Which is the most toxic?
Ammonia.
Ammonia. And the highest amount of water is required for?
Ammonia. Ammonia.
Ammonia. Okay. So like, yes, based on what type of nitrogenous waste it is excreting, we have different types of
Method.
methods.
Amino.
Yes, ammonotelism, ureotelism, uricotelism. This amino and guanotelism is actually not there in your textbook. These are newly added ones, like recently added ones, okay? Anyway, we'll see what it is.
NCERT then won't have it, ma'am. NCERT is some 10-year-old textbook it is.
Not 10-year-old, they're 15 years old.
Yeah, ma'am. For 15 years, they'll keep tell same knowledge, same exam, same this thing. They won't change a little bit also.
Yeah. Okay. Now we come to ammonotelism. So as I told you, ammonotelism is the process of excreting ammonia. And the organisms that do that are classified as ammonotelic. What are they classified as?
Ammonotelic.
So all the fishes are basically ammonotelic. So how does this happen? Across their skin, the ammonia ions will just diffuse. Okay. So that is what telism?
Ammonotelis.
Yes. Next is what? Urea. So what are these are the examples of ammonotelism. All the aquatic organisms are generally ammonotelic in nature. Okay. Next is ureotelism. So ureotelism is where urea is formed. From whom urea is formed?
Urea is formed from ureotelism.
Urea is formed in from ammonia.
Oh, like that. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how is that happening? Okay. So when we talk about ureotelism, all the terrestrial organisms generally are ureotelic. Okay. And there are also some water organisms which are ureotelic, like your marine fishes. Okay. That is again because of the what is it called? The salt content difference. Okay. So freshwater fishes are generally ammonotelic, but your marine fishes are generally ureotelic.
Telic.
And all the terrestrial organisms and the amphibians also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, how is urea made? So there is a cycle in which the urea is made, which is called as ornithine cycle. What is it called?
Ornithine
Cycle. Okay.
What's that, ma'am? Uric cycle, Krebs.
So this ornithine cycle is also known as Krebs-Henselt cycle.
Who's this Krebs, man? Everywhere he puts his head.
Yeah, that's because Krebs cycle is associated with respiration. No. So this formation, this urea cycle is also associated with mitochondria. So that is why he is involved everywhere. Okay. So what happens is after all the respiration process, there will be some amino acid that will be left out. Okay. Or ammonia that will be left out. I'm so sorry. In the mitochondria. Okay. So what will happen after all the respiration? What will be left out?
Amino acid.
Ammonia. Sorry,
Oh,
not amino
ammonia.
acid. Yeah. Because amino acid will undergo deamination and then ammonia will be left out back. Okay. And then there will be carbon dioxide also.
Yes, ma'am.
So this ammonia and carbon dioxide will combine with something called as ornithine, which will be present in the cytoplasm of the cell.
Ornithine.
Yes, ornithine. This ornithine will be converted to citrulline, citrulline to arginine, and arginine to ornithine again.
Ornithine to citrulline, citrulline to arginine, arginine to
Ornithine. So when arginine to ornithine conversion is done, urea is produced.
when what, ma'am?
When arginine is converted to ornithine, urea is produced.
When arginine is converted to ornithine, urea is produced.
Yeah, see the cycle here. So where is ammonia and carbon dioxide present?
Ammonia, ma'am, what?
Where is ammonia and carbon dioxide present in this?
Ammonia, it is present in mitochondria.
Yes, which is as a result of all the respiration and all. Okay. That too will combine with ornithine to form what?
Citrulline.
Citrulline. Citrulline will combine with aspartate to form arginine.
Arginine.
Okay. Nadula, it will give off fumarate. Okay. But only thing that you need to remember is when arginine is getting converted to ornithine, what is produced?
Arginine is getting converted to?
Ornithine.
Wait. Oh, ATP.
Urea is produced.
Oh, okay. Arginine is converted to ornithine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, H2O and urea.
Yeah. H2 is converted to urea. Okay. Now, the thing is, this urea involves the major product that here is ornithine. That is why the cycle is called as ornithine cycle. Okay. So this is how ammonia is converted to urea in our body. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So this urea only is going to be eliminated. Now we come to uricotelesim. Okay.
What is that? Has this ever happened to you?
Yeah, basically some bird would have pooped on, you know.
Oh, yeah, on my shirt it did.
Yes, yeah. So if you see their poop is not like as watery as our
These
urine
birds are
is.
dumb, ma'am. These birds are dumb. They poop wherever they go.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, we are under its place. That's why it is pooping.
They think they own the world, but they don't.
Yeah.
That's where they're wrong.
Correct. Okay. Now see, in the case of birds, as I told you earlier, birds and reptiles. Okay, both birds and reptiles, what will happen is they can't afford to lose a lot of water. So their excretory product will be generally dry and in a pellet form. Okay, and this is called as uricotelesim. The phenomena is uricotelesim. Huh?
For birds, no?
For birds and reptiles. Okay, so what are the different ammonotelic organisms that we saw?
Ammonotelic means in form fish, only fishes.
Which fishes?
Sea fish.
Sea fish or freshwater fish?
Sea fish only.
Freshwater. Sea fish is marine fish.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, marine fish is what telic?
This thing, uricotelic.
Ureotelic.
They put urea only.
Human beings
are? Ureotelic.
This one, frog is?
Uricotelic.
Ureotelic. Frog is an amphibian, no?
Ma'am.
What?
Ammonotelic is in form of ammonia. Freshwater fish.
Mm.
Correct, no?
Mm.
Ureotelic is urea,
Mm.
human beings, marine fishes, and amphibians.
And also all the other terrestrial organisms.
Ah, uricotelic is uric acid.
Mm.
Birds,
Mm.
arthropods,
Mm.
and reptiles.
Very good. Now, my next question. Frog is what telic?
Dog is ureotelic.
What about the frog's tadpole?
That is uricotelic.
No. Tadpole is in where? Where will the tadpole be?
In water, fresh water.
Then,
It is ammonotelic.
this question has come. That's why I'm saying. So, frog is basically adult frog is ureotelic, but your this one, the larvae or the tadpole is basically ammonotelic.
Hmm.
Is it clear?
Yes,
Okay, now we come to aminotelism. Okay, so aminotelism is where they directly release amino acids. No ammonia and all, directly amino acids. Okay, seen in starfish. Okay, since then we come to guanotelism. As the name suggests, guano means guanine.
Guanine.
So ammonia is converted to guanine, and such things are seen in spider and scorpion.
Okay, ma'am. I've never seen a scorpion in my life. Don't want to see also.
Okay.
It looks so scary and it can kill you with games.
Okay, so this is a did you know fact. So watery whale is something that is found in the sea, and they release approximately 1,000 liters of urine.
Yuck. So if I swim in deep sea, I'm basically swimming in urine.
Yes. This is basically the single fin whale can produce approximately 1,000 liters. Means by this time, if it lives, it would have produced so much of urine that is there in the sea. So we are swimming in the urine and enjoying. Oh my God. Yes.
Yuck.
What is the urea cycle also known as?
Ma'am. Ornithine cycle, ma'am.
Yes, because ornithine is a major product that is there.
Hmm.
All the other products are also there, no? Citrulline, fumarate, arginine, all these things are also involved in it.
Ornithine is converted to citrulline, citrulline to arginine.
Ornithine is converted to citrulline, citrulline to arginine, then arginine to?
Fumarate.
Arginine to again ornithine.
Hmm.
Then, now we come to the evolution of excretory structures.
Wow.
The different organisms and their this one. So
The
let's
names
start
only are
with.
so complicated.
Huh?
The names only are so complicated.
There's nothing complicated. See, anything that is nephridia, if you hear
Nephron,
that.
ma'am, filtration unit of kidney.
Yes. So it is associated with the excretory system. So here, in first we'll start with Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes means flatworms. The phylum Platyhelminthes is basically flatworms. Okay. So
Platyhelminthes is flatworms.
yeah, that's the name why it's called as platy. Platy here refers to flat. Helminthus means worm. Okay. So when we talk about flatworms, their excretory products are basically certain cells which are called as flame cells.
Flame cells.
Yeah. So what is the excretory organ in the case of Platyhelminthes?
Flame cells.
Okay. Flame cells are also known as protonephridia.
Protonephridia.
What is a prototype?
Platyhelminthes have flame cells.
Yeah. What is a prototype?
It is like a previous listing of a complete model.
Yes. So that means that is the first one that we create for anything, right?
Anything.
Yeah. So here when I say protonephridia means excretory organ. Proto means the first like a kind of an excretory organ is called as protonephridia. So initially the concept of excretion or an organ that helps in excretion was seen in Platyhelminthes, and we call these underdeveloped excretory organs as protonephridia, also known as flame cells. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next we go to okay. So where I'm not going into the detail of the flame cells because that is not necessary. We'll directly move to the earthworm. Earthworm has nephridia.
Earthworm also has nephridia.
Earthworm has nephridia. This
Hmm.
one has protonephridia. They two are two different things.
Oh.
Nephridia is a little more developed than your protonephridia.
Nephridia is?
Nephridia is seen in earthworm.
Hmm.
Okay. So it is basically a funnel-like structure.
Hmm.
Okay. It's just basically a tubular structure. And when you talk about protonephridia is just a cell. When I say protonephridia, it is just a cell. That's why we call it as flame cells. But nephridia is like a tubular structure.
Hmm.
Okay. And then we come to the arthropods. They have Malpighian tubules.
Arthropods have Malpighian tubules. Earthworms have nephridia.
Yes, earthworms have nephridia and platyhelminthes have protonephridia.
Oh.
Oh, anyway, you will be studying about the structure of earthworm in structural organization. No, that time you will see Malpighian tubules in detail. Okay,
Oh.
but there are some arthropods like the crustaceans, that is your crab and all those things, no? Scorpion and all. They have a gland called as green gland.
Green gland.
Yeah, green gland.
Hmm.
That is their excretory organ. Okay.
Oh.
So what are the different excretory organs in the same evolutionary order? Tell me.
Nephridia.
First was nephridia or what?
Protonephridia.
Also known as? Hello?
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
Ma'am, tell starting letter.
F.
F. Uh,
Hmm.
F. Ma'am, wait, ma'am. Ma'am, tell second. Ma'am, tell second letter.
L.
Flame cell.
Flame cells. What next? Seen in what?
Worms.
Which worms? There are two worms,
Earthworm.
roundworm and flatworm.
Flatworm.
Okay, next one.
Malpighian tubule.
அதுக்கு protonephridia அப்புறம் what will come?
Nephridia.
Nephridia is seen in
Roundworms.
earthworm. Earthworm is not a roundworm. Earthworm is annelida.
Annelids.
Then
Malpighian tubules.
Malpighian tubule is seen in?
Insects.
What about crustaceans then?
Crustaceans, it is green gland.
Once again, tell me all the excretory organs. I won't need.
Protonephridia. Or flame cell. Found in flatworm. Nephridia. Found in annelids like earthworm. Malpighian tubules. Found in insects. Green glands or adrenal gland found in crustaceans like crabs.
Okay, good. Now, okay. So now we go to the first thing that I wanted to say. So this is something that you need to know. What is the difference between, feedback, right? So when I am giving you, like, say, for example, you're giving an input, okay, and you're getting an output. Now, if that output is going to cause the input to stop working, then that is called as negative feedback loop. See here. So if I have an input and then I'm getting an output, and because of that output, what is happening is
so it is negative feedback.
Yes, negative. But if the
But
input
because
is
of the output, if the input is more boosted, happens much this thing better,
then
means it is
positive feedback loop.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is the same concept that happens in your flush. Okay, so yeah, as soon as you press the flush, okay, you're getting the water. and then that is the output. And then once the output is there, what is going to happen is it's going to push back your that knob so that the entire process is stopped. Okay, so these kind of loops are there in our body also. So what they are, we will be learning slowly. So that time you should be able to know what are negative feedback loops and positive feedback loops. Okay. So yeah, so basically how does this happen? Like one of the example of negative feedback loop is, see, whenever you are sweating, okay, what, like whenever you feel very hot, your body feels very hot, you sweat, correct?
And it cools down the body.
Cools down the body. So what will happen? The temperature will go down. Yes or no? So here your input is your temperature and your output is you sweating. So because of that output, what is happening to your input? Is it getting affected or not?
Because of the output, the input is not even there.
Exactly. The temperature reduces. Yes or no? So this is also an example of negative feedback loop. So that is how your body actually maintains homeostasis. So when I say homeostasis, that means internal environment balance. What is the difference between hemostasis and homeostasis?
Ma'am?
What is the difference between hemostasis and homeostasis?
Ma'am, hemostasis is homeostasis is constant temperature.
Not just constant temperature, constant anything inside your body.
Yeah, constant anything. That is homeostasis. Hemostasis, I don't know.
Hemo means what?
Blood.
Blood. So that means hemostasis. Stasis means stop. So what is hemostasis?
Stop flow of blood.
Correct. Stop the flow of blood. Basically, your clotting of blood is also called as hemostasis.
Oh.
Okay, wow. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So with that, I have covered, I think, whatever I have to tell. Yes. The last part is when you talk about the human excretory system.
Oh, this slide is small only.
Yeah, very small. Okay. This you already must be knowing very well.
Yes,
when you talk about human excretory system, you have a pair of kidneys and then you have a ureter. And then that ureter will connect to the urinary bladder. The opening of the urinary bladder is called as urethra.
Urethra.
But the internal structure you have not studied, right? That we will be studying in the next class. Okay. And yes, by the way, urinary bladder is a muscular organ. Remember that also. Okay, because it expands and relaxes. No, whenever urine is filled, the bag will expand. So it is basically it's very important for you to remember that your urinary bladder is a muscular organ. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So with that, we are done with this chapter.
With this session.
I mean, this session, yeah, of this chapter. And then we will start the next session, the next class, not now.
And this thing, what do you call it? This thing, ma'am. Tomorrow, instead of tomorrow, we'll have tonight.
Tonight? At what time?
Anytime after 9:30, I'm free.
After 9:30, you will sit after 9:30?
I'll sit. We'll start at like 10:30, like that. Evening, I'll tell you. Evening only, I'll let you know around 5.
Hey, that is too late, Ra.
No, you won't sleep, no, ma'am. Even I won't sleep.
I will sleep. These days, I'm sleeping on time.
Oh.
I don't want to break that cycle.
Oh, then don't want. I thought you won't sleep. But 9:30 is fine. No, 9:30 to 10:30, 11.
Can we start by 9, 8:39? Then fine.
No, tennis I'll play till like 9, 7 to 9, 9:15. I'll play tennis.
Tomorrow, what happened?
No, tomorrow I want to sleep fully till 1 o'clock.
Oh my God, what will I do with you?
No, I'll tell you by today only. Either I'll sleep early and wake up late. But if I sleep late means I'll wake up early, late only. That's why. Like I
நல்லா
can wake
வரு-
up at 11 also and study. That is
நல்லா வருவேடா நீ நல்லா வருவ.
I'll tell you today at by 5:36 only.
சரி சொல்லு.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I have to also tell that person to create a link, so you have to tell me earlier.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Cool then. Tell me when it is, yeah?
Bye.
Okay, bye.